Hello fellow drawers, how's it going? This is my first video in 2025 and what better way to start the year than by reading some mean stuff strangers have been telling you online. That's a nice little treat. Normally I try to stay away from reading comments. I will read and respond within the first 1 or 2 days of posting a video, but after that I try to limit my comment intake as much as possible. Because although 99% of my comments are extremely supportive and positive, and thank you all for that. It makes me really happy when I see it. But once in a while you'll inevitably stumble upon that one bad comment among 100 good ones, and for some reason that will be the one that will get stuck in your brain and lead you to have an angry monologue with a mirror at 3 a.m. But for this video I went on a deep dive into comment sections of my most viewed videos and shorts, and I had to confront my fears and actually read through everything people have been saying about me and my art. Obviously, don't go looking for or send hate to any commenter mentioned in this video. Don't interact with them in any negative way, that's not what I want. I'm here to discuss some opinions with you and also address some stuff that maybe got misconstrued by the commenters. I will be playing some of my speed paints in the background so you have something to look at, so make some tea, draw along, eat along, and let's get into it. And if you end up finding this video enjoyable, then consider leaving a like because it really helps the channel and I very much appreciate it. Thank you. Let's start off with a banger. This is a comment under my Senda's Arts Pause Challenge video where I got these prompts for accessories and costumes and stuff, and I made these two beautiful characters which I really like. I think they turn out really cute. And this person said, "Did you enjoy drawing like a man?" That is a whoa comment. I think it's cool. I don't find it offensive. It's like a 2 out of 10 on the offensive scale, because it's just silly. Not everyone who chooses to draw a character with a titty or a booty once in a while is a man or a pervert, because I assume a man is meant in a perverted context here. I think the human body is beautiful, I think women are beautiful, I think female bodies are absolutely gorgeous. They are really fun to draw because they have all those curves and shapes. Male bodies don't have as much of that, they're not that fun. And I don't get to draw the actual body too often because normally my characters are closed. And here I got these really revealing outfits, so I decided to try and see if I'm actually capable of drawing a booty, because I've never drawn a character in a pose like this. And turned out I can, and I'm really happy about it. Speaking of men, sometimes you can just tell that a comment is written by a man, and this is one of those. I need you to do a face reveal someday. Wait, but this is under my rendering tutorial where I'm literally showing my face the entire video. What do you mean? Without the makeup. I need to check something. Oh. If in my next video you'll see me in full drag makeup, you know why. I don't know what this person wants to check, and I don't want to find out. Maybe check the last time you talked to a living woman besides your mother, because when someone refers to the act of a woman taking off makeup as face reveal, yeah, I don't think many women are willing to talk to you. Next up is my favorite type of comment, the AI accusation comment. I never found these offensive because I know my art isn't AI, so why would I be offended? But it blows my mind how lazy people are and how confident they are in something they're so wrong about. Like, all of these people, they clearly didn't bother to take a single glimpse at my page before accusing me of AI. Because if they did, they'd see that I post time lapses for every single drawing that I make. Every single one. But they don't even bother to look, they just say stuff. And even when straight up told that they are wrong, they're still confident that they're right. How is that possible? What do you mean, yeah? How do you know? That's crazy. And I made a little short video in response to one of those comments saying that basically, I'll take that as a compliment. Because all the AI art I've seen usually looks really good, because of course it does, because it's being trained on drawings of really skilled artists who make jaw-dropping art, and AI just copies it. I've never seen AI trained on low-skill beginner art, it's always top-tier professional artists, so I'll definitely take that as a compliment. And I do really like my art, and I'm proud of how far I've come. But as one very wise woman said in her song, everybody wants you to love yourself until you actually do. So when you say that you think your art is good, be ready to get comments like, let's drop that ego down a bit, because how dare you be happy with your work? Am I right? And I'm clearly not the only one who's had an experience like this. I saw this comment saying, the one time I had a bad experience with the art community was when I posted a speed paint saying, I don't like art, I like the fact I'm good at it. And I got 1,000 comments of people calling me egotistical, narcissistic, etc. That is crazy. And I've seen that happening to other artists online as well, and non-artists too. Even when it's a beautiful woman posting a video of herself saying that, I think I look beautiful, I think I'm gorgeous, I love myself so much. And those losers in the comments going like, Okay, girl. Oh, you think you're beautiful? Yeah, I don't like that you say that. Let's drop that ego down. That is the most pathetic thing ever. But if you ever get comments like that, just know that those people are definitely projecting because they cannot say the same things about themselves. They don't love themselves, so they think others also shouldn't love and feel happy about themselves. And that is sad. While we're on the topic of AI, I think I want to clarify my stance on it because I've talked about it very briefly in this clip right here.
As an artist, I'm not against AI. I think it's a mind-blowing technology that has a lot of potential benefits for our future lives, but the technology itself is not the problem, and people using it are not the problem. The problem is people taking artists' work without their permission, absolutely for free, using it to train AI algorithms, and then using those images without crediting the artist or multiple artists whose work has been used to make those images. Artists who spent years to develop their style and get to that skill level that you are now trying to replicate. That is the problem. If you enjoy writing AI prompts and getting funny pictures that you then want to share online, just put an AI tag on it. Just tell people it's AI. I don't really see the problem with that, especially seeing so many AI prompters claim that AI is also art. But then, if you consider it art, then why are you hiding the fact that it's AI? If you truly think that this is an art form, then be open and proud about it. Why are you acting like you are ashamed of it?
And it started a lot of debate in the comments, a lot of different opinions, so let me clarify my thoughts real quick. First, I'll just say that I am not an IT person at all. I know nothing about how AI works, what kinds of AI they are, the differences and like processes underneath that, and I don't care. I've never used AI, I've never even used ChatGPT, so I might have somewhat of a wrong idea of it, maybe, but I don't see anything wrong with me saying that it's a cool technology because to me, it's basically magic. Because again, I know nothing about programming or coding, and to me, a program that can learn and think on its own and hold a conversation and stuff, that is crazy to me because I don't know how that can be. The last time humanity witnessed a technological wonder of such caliber was when Furbies came out. Honestly, I wish they just brought Furbies back instead of AI. I'd sell my kidney for a Furby. As I said, I think it's a mind-blowing technology. However, the problem, in my opinion, is that unlike Furbies, it is being used for all the wrong reasons. Instead of using it for good to make our lives easier, it just takes away all the fun parts for some reason, like drawing, making music, videos, writing books, making art, something that people always enjoy doing. Why? Who asked for that? No, how about make the customer support chatbots useful so they can actually solve my issue when I contact them? Or improve the narration and translation skills of AI and give every single video on YouTube multilingual soundtracks like in Mr. Beast videos, so that people could listen to any video they want in their own language. Like, how cool would that be? Or bring Furbies back and install an actual AI brain into that thing. Imagine, I would stop talking to people. I would marry that thing. But meanwhile, they're teaching a robot how to make paintings, and Apple introduces an AI that will summarize messages you receive from your loved ones so you don't have to read them, because we all know that is the most time-wasting and boring task ever that is begging to be automated. I suggest you watch Drew Gooden's video on this. He put everything way better than I do. Yeah, so my stance is stop using AI for things people like doing, make it do the boring stuff or the stuff that people can't do, like giving a brain to a Furby. Stop using it for anything that requires human feelings and creativity because nobody wants that. And also, how about implementing at least the bare minimum regulations into AI usage? Why is it totally unregulated? Why is it okay for AI to do the things that are illegal for people to do, like violating copyright laws, human privacy, generating not safe for work images of people, including minors, without their consent? Like, how is that still not regulated? What's going on? So yeah, hope I made my position clear, and let's move on. Our next lot is unsolicited advice. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. People straight up telling you the things they want you to change about your art to make it better. That is chef's kiss. My honest reaction will be inserted here. Please work on making different types of facial features. No, but that's genuinely great advice because I've personally never considered doing that. I never even thought about it, but now I will. Thank you. Tips: more shading, longer hair, red eyes. Hope this helps. It doesn't. It doesn't help because I'm drawing Scaramouche. It's a character from Genshin Impact, and he has short hair and purple eyes, so giving him long hair and red eyes wouldn't make much sense. More shading is also a killer tip. I'll start giving out advice like that from now on. Oh, what's that? Your drawing sucks? Have you tried adding more skill? The next controversial video on my channel that got a lot of backlash, which I'll admit was 50% my fault because I did a poor job at phrasing. I titled the video hair drying mistakes when I should have called them tips. But somehow I didn't even think about the title in that way, and also I forgot to say the disclaimer in that video stating that this is my personal opinion and this works with my style but might not work with your style, yada yada yada, because every tutorial is obviously subjective. Even if you give someone a tip to draw hands with 5 fingers on them and not 6, there will be someone who will say, but I always draw people with 6 fingers, this is my style, how dare you? Or you can say that the eyes should be drawn on the front of the face and not the side. But again, honestly, I did not expect to get such a bad reaction, like I didn't even think about it. Yes, the phrasing was problematic, but the rudeness of some people. So you haven't heard of preferences and art styles? White highlights look cool, cry about it. I disagree with you. Your tail is poor and you're making style choices out to be mistakes. Do better next time. My god, that was crazy. I can take art tips criticism, but my tail is poor? Excuse you, what? You mean like my speech, the way I talk? I'm sorry. If you don't know, by the way, English is not my first language. I'm not a native English speaker, so that one actually hit kind of hard, not gonna lie. Because I'm trying my best. I'm very self-conscious sometimes about the way I speak, and I've had cases of misunderstanding people online because they would say something using a lot of internet, Twitter slang words that I didn't know. Because I don't talk to people in English in real life, I don't speak English outside this channel, so it's sometimes hard to keep up with the slang and different pop cultural sayings and trends and jokes. So I do feel a slight insecurity about my tail, so thanks. I'd say that's like an 8 on the offensive scale. Yeah, but there were like a lot of people saying that, how dare you say that's a mistake? I always do that. That's my style and I like it. And yes, that is totally valid. Any art rule can be broken and executed beautifully with the right amount of skill. But to me, those are technically mistakes that I have found myself making in the past. And to make that video, I went back and looked at my older drawings and pointed out the things that looked wrong to me and that I now would do differently. But I respect everyone's choices, do what makes you happy. Every art style is unique and different, and they are all beautiful. So let's move on. Next one is my favorite type of commenters. I think I've already said that. Those who accuse you of something they made up in their head. That is fascinating to see. It's always confusing, magical, mysterious. I wouldn't say I take those as hate comments. I'm just always like, where'd you get this from? Definitely not from my video because I know I didn't say anything like that. I think cutting off your friends over what they say about art is wild. You don't have to engage with what they say, but I feel like you're not a very good friend. And I replied with, I didn't say anything like that. Because I didn't. It's a comment under my artists I wouldn't be friends with video where one of the types was self-deprecating artists. People who always talk badly and negatively about themselves and their art, and I said I've had experience talking to people like this, and it was not a pleasant one. It was actually kind of exhausting and emotionally draining, so now I probably wouldn't choose to engage in personal relationships with people like that. But firstly, I never said I caught anyone off. Secondly, I didn't say they were my friends, I just said I've had experience talking to such people. Some of them I knew in person, some were random online conversations, but I definitely wouldn't call any of them friends. And thirdly, I explicitly said that those people were not artists. I mean, the people I talk to. I've seen the self-deprecating talk among artists a lot online, I've seen it a lot, I've heard stories from other people, but the conversations I held were not held with artists. So saying that I was cutting off my friends over what they say about art is a lie on 3 different levels. Like, this person also replied and phrased it pretty well, I think. It's not cutting off friends, it's just not looking for or connecting with people who show these traits. And that's exactly my point. And the second exhibit showcases a different kind of approach, but the energy is pretty similar. It's from the same video, but the first type that I named was fake artists, aka AI prompters. And this person says, gotta love how she starts with AI. You just immediately know she, at least once, accused another artist of using AI just based on her feeling. AI doesn't hurt artists as much as commission artists and adopt makers attacking them because, well, I just feel like it's AI. What? Excuse you? Уважаемый кыски в миске, ты вообще о чем? If you ever find yourself typing a comment about someone starting with, you just know, stop right there. Because, no, you don't know. Why do you think you know that? Are you making these confident statements based on, what, vibes? well, that's silly. Maybe don't, because 90% of the times you're probably gonna be wrong. And I don't even know how to comment on this second part. Not sure if this person has some kind of personal beef with commission artists and adopt makers, that they somehow seem more evil than AI itself. And I don't know how they detected that those AI comments are left by these two specific groups of people. What did they do to you? How did they hurt you? Guess that will remain a mystery. Oh, and the last type of comments is just people telling me I look like Call Me Chris. Um, and to that I say thank you, thank you. I think Chris is beautiful, so I'll happily take it. I don't see that much of a resemblance though, except for like hair and eye color, but if you see it, I don't mind. And that's pretty much it for today. That was a nice therapeutic chit chat with you. I'm glad I've addressed and talked this out so we can now all move on peacefully. By the way, the next video will be me fixing your art, so stay tuned for that. And please keep the mean comments coming so I can make another video about it. Thank you. If you enjoyed this video, then press like, subscribe. I have other drawing and talking videos on my channel, as well as some tutorials that you might find useful, so you can go watch those if you want. Or if you just want to look at the art that I make, then you can check me out on Instagram. And good night, good day, goodbye.